So you've decided you want to move to Jamaica. You were either born here or the child or grandchild of someone who was born here or have no Jamaican heritage. Well, Jamaica, like all other countries, have strict immigration regulations. So let's dive into what some of your immigrational needs might be.
Jam Fam family, the Jam Fam family, yeah. Jam Fam, come hang with me.
Hello, Wagwan. Big up yourself, whether you're there yard or you're there abroad. Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Jam Fams. So on this episode, we're going to be looking at moving to Jamaica. What's my immigrational needs? So that's moving to Jamaica. What's my immigrational needs? So I'm going to be talking to three different groups of people today. The first group of people that I'm going to be talking to are those people who have no Jamaican heritage. And that is, you don't have a parent who was or a grandparent who was born in Jamaica. You yourself was not born in Jamaica, and you haven't been adopted by anybody who was born in Jamaica. So that means you have no Jamaican heritage. That has lots of different options that you could do. You could be coming here to study. You could be, and then you could see how that progresses afterwards. You could be coming here to pick up a job, and if you are doing that, then it depends on what category of job that is, because the jobs tend to be where the skill set cannot be found in Jamaica, and that's when you would be given a working permit to come here and do that job. The other option is to consider looking for setting up a business in Jamaica, and there is an immigration application to follow that route as well, and several things that you need to fit. And then there's the other opportunity where you already have a business, you can show your means of survival, and you're just coming to Jamaica as a base. And so that's another option that you can do. So for those people who have Jamaican heritage, if you were born in Jamaica, then you don't have a lot of immigrational needs if you're just coming. But once you come to Jamaica, you might need to fit a few other criteria. So what I mean by that, if you have a passport that is Jamaican, then you're fine. You can come in and do what you wish, because you're coming to your place of citizenship. If you have a passport that is a non-Jamaican passport, then you will have a limited period of time to stay in the country, and therefore you're going to need to sort out your immigration by making sure that you get your Jamaican passport and inform the relevant authorities. If you have Jamaican heritage but you weren't born in Jamaica, then you are going to be needing to be able to demonstrate where that heritage comes from. It could be your paternal or maternal heritage, and this heritage could be your parents or your grandparents. And what you need that for is to then be able to apply for your citizenship and then be able to apply for a Jamaican passport. Now, once you have that sorted, then that's your requirement. Now, some people might say, well, why do you need to go down the path? You were born in Jamaica, you have a Jamaican passport, or you are the child or grandchild of a Jamaican. Why do you need that? The fact of the matter is the document that you're traveling on is a legal document, and that legal document tells where your place of citizenship is. And if it's a non-Jamaican passport, then it's indicating that you're not a citizen of Jamaica. Although you might have dual citizenship, at that moment in time on that legal document you're traveling with, you're demonstrating your citizenship is somewhere else. And so if you were born in Jamaica and you come into the country on a non-Jamaican passport, then you will be given a period of time to stay in the country, which could go up to about 6 months. And so that's normally the typical range of time that you're given, because in your passport it says your place of birth and it will say Jamaica. So you're given that time period in which you will then need to leave the country because you're a citizen elsewhere. And then what you can do to address that problem, if you don't want to go through the hassle of getting a Jamaican passport, you could go and get a right of abode stamped in that, which then allows you to travel. The downside with that is once the passport expires, you have to get a new one. Now, the other option, the other group of people are those people who have parents or grandparents who were born in Jamaica, but they were born elsewhere. So initially, they would have, if their citizenship is one that they get because they were born in those countries, or they get it because their parents are now citizens in those countries. They are citizen of those countries and not automatical citizen of Jamaica. And therefore, what they then need to do is to go through the right procedures, because when they come here, they will be given a maximum of 3 months to stay in the country. And I know that there are people who come as visitors who do get 6 months. Because they come on a 6-month visa, or they have that agreement, their country and Jamaica have that agreement. However, what typically happens is that the person who is the child or grandchild of a Jamaican have the access to get 3 months or 90 days. And within that time period, they need to then leave the country. So this is how you will then have to try and see how you get those things sorted so that you are legal in the country. Okay, once you come into the country, you have access to a lot of different things, but there's a limitation on the time that you are able to stay here. And of course, the visa process is a laborious process. Whether you do it here or you do it abroad, it can be laborious. It requires a lot of notary documents to be signed if you're doing it abroad. If you're doing it here, there are lots of requirements in terms of the passport pictures, and in terms of the signing of the documentations you need, and the type of documents that you also need to provide, especially if it's a first-time passport that you're doing. There are some easier options if you're just renewing your passport. If your passport is lost or stolen, you need to report it. And then you need to get onto that process of working to make sure that you can get that document, because it can be an extremely laborious process to get it done in Jamaica. I don't know what it's like in the country where you are residing, but in Jamaica it can take quite a significant amount of time. And although it can take quite a significant amount of time, you can see some of the reasons as to the processes that they're going through. Can the time be expedited? Definitely. But the process and their rationale for why they're doing it is very plausible, and therefore understandable and need to be respected, because that's how they govern the system, to make sure that people's documentations are genuine. Now, if you have any questions regarding immigration, the place that is best to go and look is PICA. So that's Passport Immigration Citizenship Agency, and that would be the best place to go and look. So PICA, and the website is pica.gov.jm. And so if you go there and have a look, you can see the cost of things, you can see the forms and the requirements that you need, and then be able to go around it. Any other questions or any points that you want to make from your experience, please put them in the comments down below, and so that other people can see. And both myself and those people in the comment will try and see how we can best answer your questions and ensure that you have the information that you need to be able to make a good decision on the way in which you're going to be going about your immigration. Please remember that we don't give advice. We have no legal parameters to do that. We're just telling you the information that we know. So this is not advice that you can take to say this is legal advice. We're just saying to you the things that we've experienced, how we went about it, and why these are some of the things that you need to look at and explore. Okay, so I just want to say, whatever your immigration situation is, coming to Jamaica will require you to give that a look over. And if you've already ticked the box of having a Jamaican passport, or figuring out what visa you're going to be using, if you're if you have no heritage, no Jamaican heritage, then that's part of your job already done. So all the best with your journey if you decide that you want to move to Jamaica. Eliona has been wanting banana fritters for a little while now, and we got some banana from my father. Before that, we got some from a friend, and I ate through those quickly. And so this time my father brought us some, and she decided she wants banana fritters, so I decided to keep some of that to ripe enough to make fritters. So now I'm doing that, and that's my bit that's left over, next to drop afterwards, and then we'll see when I surprise her with it how she'll behave. I can only imagine that she's going to be excited because she hasn't had it in a little while. They're all done and ready now, so I'm going to call her and then see what she makes of it. So that's what I called you for, my dear.
Banana fritters.
Mm-hmm. That's what it is.
Can I have some?
Maybe. Do you want to taste it? What is it? Why we dancing?
Okay, good.
Okay, well, you've been saying that you want fritters, so that's why I saved the bananas, some of the bananas from last time, so I could make it for you as a breakfast. So there you have it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So bon appetit. The pumpkin tree is fruiting, as you can see. It's spreading all over the place. So it's even going down there. I need to turn it back up. So there was one harvested from here, which I shared up for 2 people. And you can see that there are some more fruiting up here. So there is another one. And if you look up there under the ackee limb, you can see another one. And there should be another one up there. So there are quite a few of them on here, which is an evidence of what you can do with your backyard. Right over here is planted an avocado tree. I'm going to watch it and see. It was a lovely pear. It's very foody and just awesome to eat. And so I tried to plant it here, and we'll watch to see if it will grow up. A friend of mine gave me some sweet potato, and a piece of it is planted here. Another piece of it is over there, just next to the pineapple, which I can't wait to see fruit. And there's another pineapple down here. I've also shared there's another piece of the potato. So I've shared it with some other people who live in my area. I've tried to plant a scallion, or spring onion, as the Europeans call it, and some thyme. And I'm watching to see what happens with it as they grow and develop. This is a bean. And the plant that you can see down there, and it's flowering over there, is cerasee. So I've got those for later on. And this, of course, you've seen quite a few of these so far. It's gungo. Remember, if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that button. See you in the next one. Bye for now.